Youch. I really should mute this. And let's pretend I'm still preparing. Oh, I haven't even opened the game. Let me do that. I wonder if Oompies can hear the noise outside. Quite busy outside for a Saturday morning. There are a lot more kids now. I guess this is a school zone, but it's Saturday. So maybe there's an event. There's a static rain sound, but I can't hear people. Okay. Ah, fuck. Ah! I got jump scared by the Slay the Princess main menu. I think the static is just the electric fan. You can turn on noise suppression if it's bothering people. Oh, wait. Anyway. Oh. Not that bad, okay. I'll continue with this. Yeah. I didn't do makeup or anything. Not that I do heavy makeup that it's so noticeable, but yeah, didn't even bother combing my hair. I'm that wild today. Yeah, my cats are hanging out. You can't see the other one, but you can see Mabel right there. Anyway, I guess I should start. It's been a while since we've touched Slay the Princess. Because to be honest, my first impression of it was not too positive. But you know, I'm still gonna play it, more of it. I noticed in like the previous stream, the War Tales one. I don't know if you were in it, the movie, or I don't remember. rather. But something was wrong with my color grading, I guess. I look kind of weird. The like my lips were the same color as my skin. I'm sure this is very interesting, but I like talking about, and it's not talking about it necessarily, but I just like doing technical stuff. That's why, to be honest, I enjoy the technical side of streaming as much, if not more, than the actual streaming. But not to say that I don't like performing for Oops. Anyway, I should start. Oh wait, I should transition to here. I have flux on, so the color grading is off everywhere all the time. Nah. Do not turn it off like in the morning. Let's see. Oh, is it not capturing the thing? Okay, give me a minute. Okay, Windows source. Create new. There we go. Let's just put it down. Sorry I didn't prepare this first, but I'm sure you don't mind. Is that good? Yeah, that's fine. Then let me capture the audio. Or is it capturing it already? I think it is. Anyway.
You're on a path in the woods.
Start.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that,
I also set up like mic ducking, so whenever I talk, the game's sound is gonna lower. I don't know how jarring it's gonna be, but yeah. Just tell me if it's bothers anyone, and then I'll disable it.
You're here to slay her. If
Just like Muramasa.
it will be the end of the world.
Sneak to the cabin. I think this is the witch.
Warning. Before you go any further, she will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Might also need to lower the volume.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
That's crazy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the... Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
She's gonna know you're hiding something. Unless you have like a sheath. Or like a belt.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
So let me adjust my position. I also noticed that my position on the webcam was a bit weird in the last stream. Sorry if I'm a lot more vocal fried today.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
It's crazy.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Many of you just desire her. Madam Web topical. She probably doesn't talk like this in the movie.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Get my chapstick. Guess I'll just apply some lipstick.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
The CEO aspect of the hero.
To slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Looks ready to
You
pounce.
can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Anyone download RPG Maker XP? It's free this week. Or, I don't know if it's the whole week, but It's not the best like
Well,
RPG Maker
having a tongue.
there is, but it's one of. I think it is the first one that I used. I asked my sister to pirate RPG Maker XP for me like a long time ago, and then that's the start of my game development journey. And I still use RPG Maker today. Hope someday I'm gonna release a game. I've been working on it ever since the move, but yeah. I'm leaning towards I'm leaning towards using RPG Maker 2003 just because it's I just think it's the coolest one. Vane Garden, saw that tweet about it and looked into getting into it, only to realize, shit, I already got this a year ago. It was very cheap in the last sale, basically just $1. Like the older RPG makers are always like on sale and very cheap. I got 2003 for like like 30 pesos. It's very cheap. And like I was saying earlier, I think it is my favorite one just because it has the best picture engine. I don't really know how to describe it besides like it's just it's fast. It has a lot of effects because like in the recent RPG makers MV and MZ, since they use HTML5, they're they're kind of slow. Like you always have to like how to describe it. When an image appears, there's always kind of a bit of a delay that I find kind of annoying. Like you have to hide it with like fade outs and stuff. It's just a bit. Yeah, you have to be creative with it, or you can use like a plugin that preloads the images, which I don't know. It just seems like it is extra hassle just for I don't know. I'm just rambling about game development. Oh, I didn't realize the later ones were built on WebTech. Yeah, if you basically, I mean, if you open any RPG Maker MV game, like there's always a pop-up like and your version of nw.javascript is outdated because it's so dumb. Like every RPG Maker MV game just opens with that because it relies on libraries that they can't update or everything breaks. But they did update it in MZ, and it does run a bit faster, but there's just some aspects of it that I don't like. So I want to use RPG Maker 2003 just for I don't know. It forces me to make art that's more lo-fi. So that's yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I've been rambling about game dev. So are you the same vein from Twitter.com? IMV.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that. You were the one who went to get that knife. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failure around on the winner.
Hi. So we're at an impasse.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want.
Don't telegraph it.
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Kind of want to go.
But being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness.
No. It didn't imply that.
Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
I didn't imply any of that. It's all on you, dog.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
Just wanted to level the playing field because she kind of telegraphed that she was going to attack us earlier.
Better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
Yeah,
As you
okay.
close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist.
Directly attack a suspicious character.
She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
Many of you desire this.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you. You can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
That's right.
She buries her
Youch.
teeth into your chest, tearing it. Great, she's distracted. Stab him for a penny.
Oh, sorry.
Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
That's so mean.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel. We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming.
You gotta spend money to make money.
Thinking about what comes after.
That's what I always say.
None of us ever said we stopped fighting. What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the Book of Honourable Combat, both you and the princess have broken a dozen times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning? Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing. The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues.
Fracas.
Behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what?
It's crazy.
You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
You attack the princess once more, and once more the
You gotta
two
commit.
fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lifted delicately off the ground. But the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict.
Damn.
The sound of creaking wood is drowned out.
I was about to say something untoward.
Of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. But still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again. You wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unbearable.
She dying.
You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens. And then
Oh,
you pop.
that's
Everything
sudden.
goes dark. And you die.
The wild. Oh,
We are a path in the woods,
a new thing.
have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our border,
Oh, it just auto. Wait.
curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
Don't worry about it.
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened
Say
last
slow.
time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Sure, there's no reason to keep secrets. Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed. And what should we have done? Let you draw things out with all that conniving? Everyone knows a straight fight is best. It's honest. There's no need to bicker about it. I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what happens to us. I kind of like it now that we aren't actively being crushed. Yeah, now that you mention it, this isn't so bad. And it's not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin. No point worrying about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end. The princess included.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
So true. So many real choices.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us. It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Look at it!
She's trying to turn
We have no enemies after all.
There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it.
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Yeah, man. Don't say bitches, bro. Do we accept our hatred or let it go? Gonna be one with the woods.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
Embrace your transformation.
Into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
That is so true, narrator. It's been the whole conceit of the game.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole. This struggle is
When the top is angry.
whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Damn.
Don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
When all my subs are unionizing.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
That's right, I know a Lula when I see one.
There's a lot of people in chat,
Bluff.
according to my OBS overlay. Not overlay, you know what I mean.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you. If I have to
I kinda like this song.
sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay,
Mm.
I'll do it.
It was just chance, but it reminds me of one song from hit anime Zankyo no Terror. Anyone remember that? One of the first anime projects by Studio Mappa before they did everything else. Jujutsu Kaisen. What else did they do? Chainsaw Man.
Don't move
Another
an inch.
in such anime.
Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand. Just
And I do like the prose in this segment, even if I don't like the content that much. I'm sorry.
think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
No, stop!
Oh, that's an interesting effect. I forgot that Renpai could play videos.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Oh, can it? This was all of us, fighting as one.
Is that
Is this what he kept?
is that like a time lapse of a plant growing,
Is this why he made us kill each other?
or? Yeah, I think it is, or maybe just, or some seaweeds and the camera's just going down. Yeah, I know this is the most important part of this segment scene.
It's beautiful.
The FMV, it's so beautiful. Then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
You never get a chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Going to lie down before going to a zine con. Have a nice dream move. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. And have fun at the zine con. That sounds really cool.
And there's that mirror again.
I'm being genuine, by the way. Maybe that's not clear because like I keep laughing all the time, chuckling rather. But I like zines. I should make one someday.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I should narrate the
They think
choices.
it's bad. I'm with them.
Sad for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Finally. We're going places.
The opportunist is alright. And CEO guy. Hustler, startup. Entrepreneur. Hustle. Gaze into your reflection. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Yet again. You kind of look like a Wojak right now. I'm sorry. You should take this seriously. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. And proceed to the cabin. And look at the princess. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
You've unraveled.
Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears.
Is the princess gonna come out of my screen?
They are not like us. They do not last.
I like this CG.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
So true. How many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Are we almost at the end? Or a end?
A final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the
Oh, yeah.
thread is full of dreams.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Me too. I mean, I'll do the opposite of that. Everything goes dark, and you die. The one, the hero and the princess, an endless vessel. Bring the neck-wicked wild to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Well, actually, I should stream Ghost Trick. and a sudden outburst, but
You're here,
I got it
slave.
sub legally,
If you don't,
and
It will be
It would be interesting.
of the world.
I like Ghost Trick. I haven't finished it actually, but when I borrowed a Nintendo DS from a friend once, they had it, and yeah, it was nice. So, a really nice puzzle game with one of the best 3D animations in anything. So many. Pretty good.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will cheat. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Okay, do we want a nice princess or a mean princess?
In a fine layer.
I think we should alternate this
The
time.
only furniture of note
Sorry, audience, you don't get any choice in this.
perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Oh,
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I will. By continuing down.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Okay, no.
The princess really lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Wait a minute, we didn't take the blade, and it's doing the mean narration.
Voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you.
Kind of like
All part of the manipulation.
Morgana from Fata Morgana.
A dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Me whenever I invite my
Unlock
bestie to drink.
There's a heavy
You walk
chain
down
around
the
her
stairs.
wrist, binding her to the
I don't know why I'm reading it.
the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
Let's talk a bit first. Sorry, I realized I didn't read it. Look at them big ol' eyes. Keep her locked away. I'm going to keep you locked away down here. At least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
I can.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If
I'm
you don't
different.
deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way
No.
out of here.
Mean.
Easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't,
No.
I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Get her out of there.
Can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No. I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Hmm.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just
left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Keep knocking
The
over
door at the top of the stairs.
my table. Sorry,
You hear the click
the camera's shaking.
sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Let's see. Try the door.
Try the door. Your shouts and plead. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
Pretty sure we already seen this.
Voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know.
She barely
There,
hesitates.
yeah.
She rips her flesh from her bone. A sap. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Oh, don't have a choice, I guess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Fine.
The wound dries.
Like the game's limiting our choices. Whatever happened to player freedom
Okay,
agency?
there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Yeah.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
Like the other one.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I'm not so sure.
Don't waver now.
Velvet.
As you
Ah.
ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
We can still turn this around.
Can we just not kill her? Let's give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating to a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
When I'm on blue sky.
Isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
You can follow my blue sky account at Social Hat. I never go there though. It's the vibes are unpleasant.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of you're here to slay her. A warning. Before she will, does a cat lie
Voice of the hunter.
when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived
Weird
here
door.
for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Push the mirror yet
Walk up
again.
to the wall next. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub. But there was a mirror a second, and now it's gone.
Let's not take the blade again.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess.
Nature-themed princesses today.
Dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
Fledgling.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
It sounds
Yeah, it's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce.
thematically inconsistent.
You manage to avoid her jaws and run fast enough to evade the whole of her titanic momentum. She grazes you, the force of it enough to skin you all along your side, leaving a line of red, raw flesh.
Sorry. That was embarrassing, but
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
hand sanitizer.
This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity,
Zam.
plunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed. Partially? Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only
Many of you
swallows
desire this though.
lower body.
Dungeon Meshi fans be like,
That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock. The princess,
You just,
bloody
you start to go into shock now.
idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Really?
Well, we're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Dead Dan.
You're on a path in the That didn't work. We're going in with a
Skeptic
plan
again.
this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is. Instinct was keeping us alive until it wasn't. So what are we supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over. She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out. But she's fast. And she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves.
Hang on. To go to the bathroom first. Sorry, in peace. Yeah, so let's mute this first. Okay, just gonna put on my headphones first. Oh, wait. Still have to be right back. So, Sorry, I don't have a stream deck or whatever it's called. Yeah. So far, still not super into the story. Like I'm not that enamored with the vignettes, I suppose I could call it. But I don't know. I'm just not super into the yeah, just I guess just the fourth wall breaking. It's not even a fourth wall break, it's just meta postmodern. Can't even sorry if I sound too disinterested. It's just I do like the structure of the story. So far just the overall the arcing narrative is not super interesting to me so far. Yeah, I'm curious on what will happen in the
It'll be a lot
how do I
easier
even
to
describe it?
see what she is.
The worlds with the many princesses, or I guess the world after every death or every time the world ends. So we got to see a glimpse of an FMV of some plants growing. Wonder what we'll see on the other side.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see. And one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth.
You can see Mabel.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself.
Okay.
What if she doesn't want to be seen?
Figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
Can't decide. It's a good compromise.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Can I take it now?
Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Then either way we need to investigate. Might as well.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It's true.
We'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one
Sorry.
sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mould and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all
Yep,
fours.
just crawling through the hole.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound. You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe. You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. We're screwed. I know. This wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to come down here prepared. Oh, what's the use?
This is just like Dungeon Meshi for real.
As the princess emerges, enormous maw gaping, ready to swallow you whole. And
Hi, Yumphy. Swallowed by the Princess Consortium. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I love drinking water.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silent as you reached forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. A bird. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Huh? Shocker. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Man. You're the narrator.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Don't worry about it. Are you something like me?
Nothing like you.
Is that its mouth?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Immortality.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you. Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself. Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
Will it now?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Or not?
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
Death of the author, so true.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
That's cool. I like the I like the crow thing. As the story gets more and more broken, the art gets more and more interesting. Still not too into the story. I'm sorry. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. You. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Worldless vessel, bring the Ben to her. The den, not the Ben. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Ha! I will.
I can finally see you.
Next screenshot.
And you can finally see me.
I've seen you before.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Me too.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
They call me Twin Peaks. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
It's a visual novel. What am I supposed to do?
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a
Mabel.
world of death and the
Where'd he go?
possibility of
Oh.
meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Will Noel replay this game?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Just wanted to ask more explore questions. You don't have to be weird about it.
You are devoured. Prey for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But even after the pain of defeat, you returned.
Okay, Beast Man.
Dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
Don't really have anything to see.
Say nothing. of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began?
I loved being a baby.
Felt what it was to be me. We held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Are we really having a boss fight?
Then leave with me, and we will see it all together.
See things from my perspective.
When you have time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
This is... I'm not gonna say cringe.
But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
I don't know.
And so your quietude continues. Your letter drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
None of these are my feelings. Being silent.
Is your unbroken silence a lack of an answer? Or has your understanding begun to move beyond words? A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it.
I guess I killed more princesses than I slayed.
I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours.
I killed more princesses than I saved, rather.
You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption. Still,
Be quiet.
the contours of your heart from me.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You're so mean to me. If you think you can change me, I was able to change you. So funny.
It is true.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you. They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's go.
That's cute.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy. But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things? Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door.
This is me writing.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he? There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here?
I don't have any feelings for the narrator either way.
Voice.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
I am the famous centrist, Noel.
A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Hello.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I don't want to be God.
Honestly, me neither. No. I feel like I'm myself again. Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
wanna forget you, Umphy.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you. And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever. Well, I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before. Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too. You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
I think this is an allegory for something.
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Let's see.
Yeah, and I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Do the plan, or you kinda wanna slay the princess? It's the name of the game. 'Cause, I don't think the game is gonna lock us out of replaying it. This is in the Newgrounds avant-garde flash game with a yeah, it's killer. I don't want to be in a time loop.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
No, Umphy. You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the border of your heart. Yeah. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on. Just kill the concept of change.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
I made some very contradictory choices this playthrough. She lives in our hearts.
A metaphor, or are you being literal? Doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas. But there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. And you feel sensation in the limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once the unyielding tension gives way, and Noel drinks water. Oh, fire. Walk with me. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality. One forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death. You should never make assumptions about things you don't know. Like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good.
This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation. There's no good ending for you. I'm sorry. They all know what you did. Voices get around. Knives out, boys. It's time to get to work.
Then kill yourself now, I guess. New Ding Dong. Make some enemies along the way. Well, that's Slay the Princess. One of the endings, at least. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order and name. Join the Discord. Join our oh man. Okay. No, this isn't. So yeah. Yeah. I think we got a bad ending. But oh yeah, I didn't make any saves. But yeah, that was Slay the Princess. I think I'm gonna play more just to well, you know, next time. I'm probably gonna stop streaming in a bit. But I'm gonna play more to explore what other things are gonna happen. Could happen. Or I could just read on it. My impressions for the game. I'm not gonna write a review or anything. But it's fine. I don't have the vocabulary to describe it, but it is kinda it is a bit too navel gazing for me, which might be a surprise if you know me at all. But yeah, it's I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just maybe I just prefer stories to have a more concrete plot, or I don't know. Maybe I just missed things during the playthrough. And there was a motorcycle coming by. What do Oompies think, though? I know a lot of you like it. I know Inez likes it. She had a review of it. None of you know Inez. But I should read her Steam review. But yeah, So, you know what it is? It's not really fair to say this, and I don't really believe it either. But, no, it's not. I'm not even gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say anything, bad, but it would be an unfair comparison. It let's see. It does kind of seem like a video essay game. But I didn't actually play it and I was distracted. Yeah. Don't know about video essay game, but it is very philosophical in a way that's not in a way that I enjoy, you know. Like it's I guess on a scale of like Planescape Torment and Stanley Parable, it would be like on games that try to be philosophical and lean more toward the postmodern meta side. I don't really enjoy them as much anymore as when I was like a 14-year-old who just discovered or who played Stanley Parable for the first time and was like, whoa. What was one of the Stanley Parable creators' other game? I forgot the name, but I did really like it. But I was also very young. I was in the first year of college, I think, when I first played it. Let me Google it, actually. Beginner's Guide, yeah. Thank you, Elfie. I did really like it at the time. But with I don't know, because I think thematically both games kind of touch on the same thing. Yeah, but maybe because the Beginner's Guide is more straightforward, I guess. It's literally like a meta exploration of the creative process, I guess. And Slayer Princess kind of touches on the same thing, but it's layered in my opinion at least, it was layered in too much metaphor. But this isn't to say I didn't enjoy the game. I really did enjoy it. I liked seeing all the princesses, the different princesses. It's what else? And I really like the art, especially in the later stages of the game where everything breaks, and the narrator. It was a really cool effect. It's impressive what you can do in Ren'Py when you put your mind to it. And maybe the dev is watching this, and I'm sorry, but yeah, it might be unfair to compare this to the Beginner's Guide. But if you're watching this, if you're lurking and want to play another game similar to this, I guess, play the Beginner's Guide. It's been a while since I played it, 2015, but I remember being really affected by it. If you're an artist of any kind, I think you'll get something out of it. And I mean, this too, really. I just wish it was it wasn't hidden in so much metaphor. The voice acting is pretty good. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say it's bad. I do think that some parts it's a bit lacking, but overall I did like it. Let's see. Join the subreddit. Join the mailing list. That just remind me if I ever, when I release my game, we're gonna have to make a fucking Discord. We can use Letter, make a subreddit. I don't think I'm gonna do any of those. But marketing is important. But I'm not gonna sell my first game. I'm just gonna buy my first game. Let's see. Play your other game. Let me open that. Turn to main menu. Okay, bye. Or the cats woke up. Anyway, I will potentially stream more of this. But we'll see. Because I still have to play Alan Wake, more War Tales with my Oomphy, and I will potentially stream Skyrim. The only problem is that maybe because the mod pack that I'm using is pretty taxing on my PC. I might not be able to stream. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the this latest princess stream. It's been it was over the span of a month, more than a month even. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, he's seeing the cats. Mabel, relaxing. But it is getting pretty hot in the room. One of the cats. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy it first. Mabel's annoyed. Okay. Anyway, Oomphies, time for me to go.